always odd.
Yeah.
But you know, because that's not common. Like especially like in this kind of industry, like it's
right. That's
you know,
true. That's true. Well,
it's
it's a taboo in general,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then you
yeah.
put it in the BBW
Right.
world. It's
or in the
it's
you know
taboo.
adult world or
Right.
you know, so
Right.
it's very one of those touchy things. But I mean, I don't read the comments just because I get angry at. I don't get. I think people are so ignorant. Like that's my whole thing. Even when you know, Tess Munster, Tess Holiday just got. She's the first you know, plus size girl, actual real plus size girl to get a real life you know, large mainstream modeling contract. And people have been so horrible to her, and she is gorgeous, and she is so amazing, and I adore her.
People are horrible.
I've been following her for a long
But
time.
you guys gotta realize that for me, you know, I'm the girl that gets up in front of a room full of 1,000 people in strips, and you know, I'm the novelty act, and I've been that forever, you know, for bachelor parties. So doing this, I know, you know, I never wear my heart on my sleeve.
You literally have to have.
Well, the
So,
internet
yeah,
just,
I have tough skin.
internet
I
irritates
love
me
me.
in general
I
because
love me.
half like 99% of these fuckers that make these asshole comments on the internet are like in their mom's basement. Like, like they would never have the balls to say this kind of shit in like person, but because they're behind their computer screen, behind their monitor on their little keyboard, they all of a sudden got fucking Godzilla balls. And I'm like, bitch, come say that to me to my face.
Right.
I'll punch you in them little fucking balls you got. Right?
Well, it's going to be interesting if they sell it to a U.S. market. And from what I understand from talking to Caroline, that it's pretty likely that will happen. And not necessarily like BBC America.
Right.
It could be like Lifetime or.
How do you feel about your mom and stuff?
You know what?
Because you've been
they didn't really talk about the so much.
No, they talked about the fetish
aspect.
stuff, the fetish stuff. But you know what? I've always said that if my mom, I'm almost 53 years old. My mother would be like, yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, nothing I do surprises her at this point.
Right.
I just don't want my parents to have any backlash from it. But, you know, my mother's the kind of person that would look at somebody and go mind your own fucking business,
right.
You know. She wouldn't be surprised one bit at what I do. You know, do I want the documentary going out and all my relatives are like, hey, did you watch Channel so-and-so last night? So if I do know that it's coming out of the U.S. market, I run a risk. Do I not tell them and hope they don't see it? Or do I call them and
call
them
and
off?
tell them. Because here's what happened. When I had that big lawsuit with adults. Yeah,
this is like interesting. I want to hear this because this is where I'm at right now with my family. Yeah. They don't know anything, and I'm like blowing up.
Yeah, when you come out on like a national program, like I was on Fox News, I was on all like major news channels. Like it was a big deal, you know. And it wasn't necessarily because people knew my name. It was that they saw my face and they recognized me, and it went like it was like a firestorm, you know. And I'm
firestorm with
my family,
like
my biological family.
So did they find out via the TV?
Yes, a lot of them did. Like you know, my mom found out, you know, and I'm not close to my family. You know, I grew up in foster care. Like I'm not super close to my family. But my family is very wealthy. They're very connected, and so you know, one of my aunts, I have twin aunts. They're millionaires though, and you know, one sells you know, mint to Wrigley's, and so my family's very well connected, and my mom found out. I mean, and this guy, I had to be a big perv. Like I had just started doing porn. My site maybe had been up 2 months. Some guy that she had known, a friend of hers, found my site from God knows where, and this is, you know, a long time ago. He printed out every page of my website and faxed it to her.
No way.
Swear to God.
Did he have a vendetta against you, or just because he wanted your mom to know?
Oh my God, this is, you know, this is her. This is what she's doing now. Because, you know.
And what did your mom say?
Well, you know, my mom, we don't have a good relationship. Of course, she was like, you know, everybody freaks out because I have an engineering degree. Nobody understands why I do what I do. They're like, why would you waste your life like this? Like it's the worst possible life scum thing I could do. Like that's everybody's That's everybody's like opinion about. They're like, oh, you have all this education and you're so smart and blah blah, and you could do anything with your life, and this is what you choose. Okay, yeah, because I put my kid through private school. I traveled all over the place. Like I've seen and done things that I'd never be able to do working a corporate job. I worked 80 plus hours a week. My daughter thought that the fucking daycare was her home. Like, I mean, I was married to my job and I hated working in corporate America. I don't have, I was young. I graduated high school when I was 16. I had my degree by the time I was 20. Like, I didn't fit in to where I was, and I worked in electronics, so it's the Japanese market. Like, Japanese men hated me. Like, they thought I was great to party with, but as a peer, as a coworker, I was like dog shit, and they made me feel that way.
So can we go back? I'm really interested in what happened. We gotta break at 8, but I really want to know what happened when like did you have to sit down and say I do this because, or did your family
you
never?
always have
Did they
to.
threaten your child? That's my fear. Like my daughter is my everything. And I, like you said, I never want to work in a box. I know I could do it. I know I could be whatever I wanted. But I like being able to work 3 days out of the month and be with my child the rest of the time.
This is the deal. My family, and I've had friends that her family has found out that she was an escort, and they called CPS. Like, it was a big deal. So it depends on who your family is and how they go about dealing with things. My family, I have so much fucking dirt on them that they would never come and threaten me with my daughter.
Right.
And I told my mom's husband that I would kill him, and I was not kidding. It is my choice as to when I tell my daughter how, and I will tell my daughter because she's I had my daughter really young. She's almost 16 in June. She's becoming an adult, and she'll find out in her time. It'll be my choice how she finds out,
right.
And I'll sit down with her, and just like I sat down with her when she was 7 years old and explained to her that she had a daddy who made her and a daddy who loves her.
Right, exactly.
That is my choice how I tell my daughter and how she finds out and how she understands it. Because a lot of people think that, oh, porn is this disgusting thing and blah, blah. Well, it's also a lot of me. Like, I've made a good living at porn. I've done a lot. Like, I've seen a lot. I've met people I never would have met. Like, it's provided a good life for me. It's exhausting. It takes a part of your soul, but
right.
That's why you have to have other outlets. But, it's not this, I don't want her to view it as this bad, horrible thing that they're going to make it out to be, and I know that my family, oh my God, they're Irish, old school Irish.
Yeah, I'm lucky, my family's grown, so no one's going to
My
threaten.
family are very wealthy. They're very intelligent, and they can't understand why I'm not a doctor.
Okay, everybody, we need to take a break. We're going to have, after the break, we have with us Pete Housley and Eliza Allure with a great big announcement. Get ready. And you've been listening to the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City on VegasAllNetRadio.com. We'll be right back. Pizza.
Yeah, you can grab it. I'm not going out there.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. We need to grab. Right. Where's another chair?
Oh, I know.
Okay, thank you.
He works with strippers.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just like.